Good evening, folks, and welcome to Mansfield Town News and Views, the last podcast of this season. We're going to be talking about the playoff final defeat, the retain list, and the transfer rumours. So, as always, there's always plenty to talk about. So, as always, guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments below with everything MTFC. Now, as much as what we don't want to talk about it, obviously we've got to talk about the playoff final defeat. You know, I wish I was coming on tonight and talking about promotion and, talking about League One and looking forward to that. But, here we are, another season in League Two. And it's one of them. Against Port Vale, in my opinion, we just looked so fatigued, and was just way off it. And, you have to say on the day, Port Vale, much the better side, faster, organised, and as I say, they were just the better team on the day. But having said that, we did create a couple of chances early on in the game through Murphy and Oates, but ultimately nowhere near good enough, in my opinion, to even look like getting back into the game. But as always, guys, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below on the playoff final, and your opinion and thoughts on that one, and where you think it went wrong. In your opinion, let us know your thoughts. To be honest with you, when I saw the starting lineup, I wasn't confident when I saw it, and the reason being, I'm quite bemused in a way, because I would have thought Nigel would have kept the same lineup against Northampton, because we did so well in both them legs. So to change the lineup from the Northampton game was a bit bemusing in a way. We brought players back in like Longstaff and Murphy, who hasn't done too much. Murphy. What do you guys think? Do you think the lineup should have stayed the same against Northampton? Against Northampton, or do you think the lineup was strong enough to win the game? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. I personally think I wouldn't have changed the lineup too much, in my opinion. But anyway, it is what it is. The team that went out, it was just one of them, wasn't it? Really, we just got completely battered. Let's just call it for what it is. It was, like I was saying after the game to someone on the coach on the way back, it was one of them games where, essentially it was finished within the 30th minute, as soon as, we went 2-0 down, and when Hawkins got sent off, then the game was pretty much gone from there, in my opinion. I don't know if you guys thought the same, but when you're down to 10 men and you're trailing by 2-0, the game's pretty much out of reach in it, really. And, it's always hard to come back from 2-0 down normally with 11 men, but with 10 men, you're never going to get anything from the game, in my opinion. It was just such a bad way to end the season, really, because, we did so well against Northampton in both legs. We won both them games. Get to a playoff final was really good from where we've come from, but just the way that it ended, it was probably the worst way we could have ended the season, personally speaking. But that's football for you, and it's just a shame how we ended it, really. It's one of them. I think if we'd have took it to extra time or penalties, if you'd have just missed out, yeah, you're gutted, you've lost, but at least you've took it to the limit, so to speak. But to get beat like we did, and get dominated like we did as well, it was a hard pill to swallow, and I know some of us are still hurting from that result. It was really painful to watch. But again, credit Port Vale. They were the better team on the day. They were faster, organised, and to be honest with you, if it wasn't for the linesman and the post, it could have easily been 4 or 5-0. To be fair, it could have been really embarrassing. So to keep it to 3-0, it's just frustrating, isn't it? No matter how you look at it, it was just such a bad way to end what was a good season, in my opinion. But yeah, like I say, guys, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Where do you think it went wrong? Do you think it was a team selection, style of play? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. But yeah, it's one of them. I think, ironically, I think we played better with 10 men than 11, in my opinion. We played a lot better with 10 men. We played it about well, and we actually, looked like scoring with 10 men. To be honest with you, we actually looked quite good. But other than that, there's not really many positives to take from the game, if any, against Port Vale. It was just one of the most one-sided games that you'll see in a playoff final, and just unfortunately it happened to be us that it was against. But like I say, I don't really know what else to say other than that it was just a really bad performance all around. Just got completely dominated, and it was just one of them. It was just frustrating. Everything about last weekend was so frustrating. Obviously having such a great support, just the lead up to the game, everything, and yeah, it's just such a frustrating outcome of it, really. And sadly, it was one of them where we just didn't turn up to the final. Sending off, you can't really complain about, Ollie Hawkins again. I know he's done quite well for us in defence, Hawkins, but I still don't think I'd put him there next season, Hawkins. I'd still like him up front. I know he has had a couple of good games in defence. There's no disputing that. But it's one of them. There was no complaints about the red card. I think the referee was spot on, to be fair. So it was just one of them things, really. We were just bad, just such a bad day, wasn't it? From our point of view. But the one thing that really did stand out for me was the fans. Even when we was 2 and 3-0 down, the fans, we were still singing, cheering the lads on. Even when we knew the game was gone, the fans were still cheering the boys on and, making it a great atmosphere. And again, that's the only positives I can say, to be honest with you, at Wembley. The fans were great all throughout the game. The fans were fantastic, like they have been all season. And, it wasn't the result that we wanted, obviously. The way we lost the game was just embarrassing, I want to say. It was just really embarrassing, to be fair. But I'm hoping now for next season, we'll come back stronger from this, and I'm hoping Nigel will now know what areas we need to strengthen on, and I'm really looking forward to seeing who he brings in for next season. Really can't wait to see who comes in. But yeah, like I say, just probably the worst possible way to end a season. Completely outplayed, outmuscled. We just got completely dominated, to be fair. Just probably one of the lowest points I think we've faced as Stags fans for a long while, to be honest. But like I say, to get to a playoff final from where we was in October time is amazing, and it is an amazing achievement to come as far as what we have. But again, just with how we ended it, it was just really poor, wasn't it? Poor being an understatement, but let's hope Nigel and the players can come back next season more stronger and determined to put it right and get us challenging for that automatic spots, really. Because, it was just a really embarrassing day from the players' point of view. But, it is what it is, isn't it? So speaking about the retain list, which came out the other day, we'll be talking about that. So let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, guys, on the retain list. So I'm just looking at the retained and under contract players. So these are the players that's under contract still and still here. Lucas Akins, Kellen Gordon, Ollie Hawkins, Elliot Hewitt, George Lapsley, Rhys Oates, John Joe O'Toole and Owen Mason. The options triggered Ollie Clark, Jason Law, George Morris, Stephen McLaughlin and Kieran Wallace. Contracts discussions underway. Jordan Bowery, James Perch, Stephen Quinn. Loans expired, Bishop, Longstaff, Murphy and Stirk. Available for transfer, Danny Johnson. And release, Josh Scott, Marek Steck and Farron Rawson. So it hasn't worked out for him this season. It's a really unusual one because, Danny Johnson, at the start of the season, we brought him